Well, we continue on with this year's amazing Speed Week, if I can call it. Andy Jones down here in pit lane in Tailem Bend in South Australia. Welcome to Paddock Pass Live, powered by Repco. It is the Repco SuperSprint this weekend under very challenging skies. It's grey, it's threatening. What's it going to do, Andy Jones?
Well, I'm going to stake my claim as a farmer, mate, and I'm going to say it's going to rain at some point today. It certainly feels like it. We have swapped our boardies and the beaches of far north Queensland and Darwin for some fairly serious cloud cover here at Tailem Bend, and yeah, the forecast so far for this weekend, today and tomorrow, suggests that at some point we're going to get somewhere between 5 and 10 mil of rain. And what we do know is, as soon as you add some rain from the heavens and you put race cars out on the circuit, it spices things up, and supercars will be no different to these guys here who are out in tin tops first thing up this morning.
These guys and girls are going to love it if it gets a bit trickier later on. We've got a Bentley out there, we've got a couple of TA2 cars, we've got the Porsche out there as well. There's a field of over 30 cars. We've said it in Townsville and we said it in Darwin. How good is it to have support categories back supporting us?
Oh, it's terrific, it's great. It's just, it takes it, or adds to the ambience of the circuit and the vibe of going racing again, to have support categories here running around and arriving. When we got here this morning, just hearing these cars blazing around the circuit was very, very cool. Now, we've got Thomas Randall in that amazing Bentley. So the Bentley's a cool looking car, and then when you have, here's our little buddy Lex Kelly up there. Put a shirt on, mate. Put a shirt on, one for the ladies.
And that's the beauty of this place. All these people are coming out of their hotel rooms. There's 100 rooms here at the Ridges pit lane. I've stayed here on several occasions. Not too many places in Australia outside of Bathurst. There he is. He might go and see himself on TV when he goes back inside his room.
He's a little champion. He'll be one day doing our job down here. Nolsey can certainly chat that little bloke.
There's a great buzz here. Driving in this morning, it seems like there's a lot of people making the trek up. We're about 100 kilometres to the southeast of Adelaide. So a lot of people coming up the freeway here. We've got a cap on the fans, but I'm told it's almost a sellout.
Yeah, and look, to be honest, even being over here in Adelaide during the week and listening to the promotion for this event, it's been on the radio, it's been on the TV, and you know, during these current circumstances, it's great that we can put an event on, we can have some crowd here, and people of Adelaide and Tailem Bend in this part of the world are certainly getting behind it.
Let's turn our attention. Supercars are on track this morning. We've got a rookie session, but some additional drivers are getting a shot here because this is really their last chance, their one and only chance to get some laps in before Bathurst, which is less than a month away now.
Yeah, and something that's going to be different for this weekend is that Bathurst rookies, let's call them, are allowed to join in that rookie session. So we've got the likes of Brock Feeney coming from Queensland down over to Adelaide or to South Australia to have a run today. He'll be jumping in the Boost Mobile entry with that he'll share with James Courtney up at Bathurst, but he is the epitome of a Bathurst rookie. So he raced there in Super 2, but has never done the 1,000k race. Hasn't driven that car at all this year, so he's going to come, he'll do that 30-minute session here at Tailem Bend, and then he'll go straight to Bathurst, and that'll be his debut as a Bathurst rookie.
In fact, his Super 3 car is here this weekend in the tin tops, being driven by Paul Morris' son Nash, who was in an 86 at Townsville, so it's a big step up for the son of the Bathurst legend.
Massive, massive step up. But it's cool to see, you know, I think Nash has been doing a lot of driver training over the last few years, as he would when Paul's doing that style of work. So to see him make that step is pretty natural and progressive. So all the garage doors are down, you can see that. The reason for that is it's trying to stop the interaction between sport categories that are on the bill here and the supercars team. We are as COVID safe as we possibly can be. I keep trying to step away from you and you keep coming closer to me, but we will keep it arm's length.
We've shared hotel rooms the last 5 weeks. It's hard to break that habit. Let's get serious though, because this morning there is the threat of weather. We haven't had those kind of conditions here before. So if it does, I would say it's if, it's when now. How's that going to play for the field? Because this track, very smooth, but also very slick.
It is, yeah, it's incredibly smooth. You look at it down there and on the ground, even in the pit lane here, Matt, you talk about it. This sort of surface offers up huge amounts of grip when it's dry and the tyre can really perch into the circuit surface. But as soon as you add water to that, there's nowhere for the water to drain off. It sits as a really thick layer on the top, and it is super, super greasy. And I think we're going to see that. And as we're talking about the weather, I can feel little light drops of rain coming down now. So I think the weather forecast looked like they were expecting rain to start from about 9 a.m. So what does that make us? About 40 minutes local time here. We're a bit ahead of schedule, and some is falling now. Mate, I can't wait to see some rain. We love going north in the series. We love chasing the sun, but every time we add rain and that mix of water to the races, it throws up so much spice. We get different results, we get different people performing over the weekend, and I can't wait to see what Taylor Ben's going to give us.
I think it was Townsville the last time we had a wet race, and 12 months ago, over 12 months ago now, so that'll add a different mix. We're on the international circuit here this weekend too, but next week we come back and run on what's called the West Circuit, which is about 1.5 km shorter. So you've really got to learn the track in the first practice session this morning, because next week it doesn't matter, we go to a new circuit.
Yeah, we do, and you know, you make that point, Matt. I spoke to Lee Holdsworth during the week. We did a really cool interview with him at a local winery, so tune into Fox 506 to catch a glimpse of that. But one thing he said to me was, if you look at the track we're running on this weekend, all the corners are open, they're fast, they're flowing. You want really good front grip, but you need the rear to be planted. And he said next weekend when we go to that short West Circuit, it's a lot tighter in the corner radius. And so he said, you're going to have to get the car on the nose, you're going to be turning their 90-degree corners, and it's effectively a very, very different circuit. So what the guys learn this weekend will be very different the following weekend.
I can't wait for that to come up next weekend, but we've got 2 action-packed days here at the Repco SuperSprint. It kicks off soon with practice session number 1. Catch at 9:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time on Fox Sports 506. If you're in South Australia, get in the car, come down the freeway, be part of all the action here at the Ben Motorsport Park, the Repco SuperSprint. We'll see you soon.